Hey YouTube, Dwayne Eddie here for the second installation of my mind pretty much and my views on everything. But tonight I'm going to talk about one topic and one topic only, and that is the Black Jihad that's going on. I know some of you guys are like, oh, Black Jihad, there's no Black Jihad. Jihadists are Arabs and they only do this and only that. But you're wrong. You guys have heard about them before and you didn't know what was really going on. I'm talking about the people who captured those women in Nigeria. Their name is Boko Haram, and Boko Haram stands for Western Education is Sin, which entails everything that we have learned, everything that we have thought dear and near to our hearts, everything that we are pretty much. Our education is sinful. But how can a group who does decapitations, does rapes, does murders, does pillagings, does kidnappings, does everything, how can a group entail anything sinful? And today I watched two videos actually. One was of a woman being stoned to death because she had Facebook. Now women, think about that. There is a group out there who will kill you with rocks, bury you up to your neck, and stone you to death because you have Facebook. And the second video I watched was a video of these men being killed. Some were being stabbed, some were being shot, some were being beaten to death. But there was a part in the video where a young boy was being instructed on how to decapitate a man's head. And there was a part in the video where he looked up and at the camera and smiled, and you can see in his eyes where something left, where something was not in him anymore. When the man died, something took over and he became something else. Now these men do not adhere to the way of Islam, just like ISIS. They don't follow Muhammad's code of jihad. They don't follow honor thy prisoner and any of this stuff. They have their own agenda. And they have been doing attacks around Nigeria since 2009. And the most recent attack was a few days ago, where they burnt down 162 churches with people inside of them. Men, women, and children. And the most recent of those attacks was in the capital of Nigeria, and it was a huge church, and there's people in there praising the Lord, doing all this, and they locked the doors from the outside and they burnt it down to the ground. Now they do attacks like this all across Nigeria. They do it to malls, to schools, to hospitals, to anything that does not adhere to their views or their Sharia law. And their leaders have came out and said that their war, their holy war, is against Christians, is against the West. They want to kill Obama, they want to kill Tony Blair, they want to kill this, they want to kill that. They even said death to Abraham Lincoln. I do not make this up. I am not trying to make it funny or anything like this. This guy said death to Abraham Lincoln. And being that it is a war against Christians, and being a black man, and a Western black man, and a Western black man who believes in Christianity, I see this as a problem. I see it as a problem because the government of Nigeria will not do anything to fight or combat these men, but they are so quick to ask for aid for their imports and exports, and they're so quick to ask for aid to bail them out of their financial issues, but they can't ask for aid to bail them out of this jihad that is taking over the entire north of their country. Nigeria is home to Africa's Christian population, pretty much. It has the most Christians in all of Africa. And I fear for the Christians in all of Africa, because if Nigeria is not safe for Christians, none of Africa is safe for Christians. If there are no more Christians, where do these evangelists who actually do the real work, who actually do the groundwork and go and build schools and build homes and build hospitals and build shelters and build water plants, where are these evangelists going to go to build all this stuff if they can't be safe and do it? If there's no one giving the aid, the real aid to the people who actually need it, then how is Africa going to stay afloat? The news does not show any of this. The news does not tell you any of this because they are too fixated on other things that are going around the globe. They don't care about Africa because Africa is Africa and it always will be Africa. They only care about what is going on in their blinders and their bubbles and what can benefit them. There was an Ebola outbreak in Western Africa. Nigeria is in Western Africa. If Ebola gets to Nigeria as if it did in Libya, no, in Liberia, if it gets to there like it did in Liberia, what do you think that these jihadists are going to do? Nigeria is going to be 10 times worse than it is right now. There's going to be 10 times more deaths, 10 times more massacres, 10 times more kidnappings. These people have the audacity to kidnap the president of Cameroon's wife and hold her for ransom. They got her back, but that's how ballsy these guys are. That's how nonchalant they are. They don't care who you are, where you are, what you're doing. They will take you or they will kill you. Just a thought. Just something to think about, because if there is a jihad going on in Nigeria, if there's a jihad going on in different parts of the country, and this ISIS thing is drawing attention, what about these rest of these countries that are getting it just as bad? What about the rest of these countries that have nothing, that can't fight, that don't have Kurdish people to fight for them? What do you think is going to happen? That's just me.